Hey guys, and welcome back to a very special day. And today is actually the day that the gameplay reveal for Age of Calamity, not Age of Calamity, the other one, what's it called? Tears of the Kingdom comes out. Which has me nervous. So I figured we'd come in 20 minutes early. We'd play a little bit of Ocarina of Time while we wait, and then we go from there. I have never liked this minigame. It's very luck based. There is a way of like glimpsing them as they fly over, but it's quite difficult. But yeah, so the whole Tears of the Kingdom thing. Obviously, I've been doing a series on why I don't really like Breath of the Wild, which has basically just become a gameplay series. I've seen worse ideas, but it's very hard to really say what I would like from Tears of the Kingdom. I did do a Twitter thread on my personal Twitter, but I'm not linking that because I'm still kind of... While I'm now open about the fact we're one and the same, as you can see, I've not got a slingshot. I have been very busy shattering open the game. But yeah, so I also don't have an ocarina. So yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. I've seen some leaks about the gameplay. I don't know how true the leaks are. I have every reason to be a little bit nervous about the gameplay though, because I don't want it to be fully non-linear like in Breath of the Wild. As you can see, ocarina items. I am planning on doing a proper Ocarina of Time playthrough on Twitch at some point, but given we only have like less than 2 months until Tears of the Kingdom actually releases, we'll see. But yeah, so I don't really know what to expect from Tears of the Kingdom because I don't want it to be fully non-linear. And yet, I can see it being fully non-linear just because, well, to put it simply, a lot of people don't like traditional Zelda anymore. After Skyward Sword released, there was a false belief that the problem with the game was the fact it was too linear. That wasn't really the problem, it was the fact that linear games can still be explorable. Skyward Sword didn't really feel like that, it felt railroady. Like, Ocarina of Time is technically a linear game, but first of all, with enough skill, it's not linear in the slightest. It is actually possible to beat the dungeons in reverse. I couldn't do that. I can't even bypass the door of fucking time. But some people could. I think we should go back to Kakariko. Do the bottom of the well. But we only have 20 minutes, so I better make this quick. So yeah, we haven't touched Deku Tree. We've beaten Lord Jabu Jabu and Dodongo's Cavern. To me, Zelda is best when you can sequence break it. When it's linear, but you can break that linearity if you're skilled enough. You know, it's what I like about Metroid. Well, it's what I like about Super Metroid. Fusion and Dread, not so much. Because obviously Nintendo don't like people sequence breaking their games, it seems. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of it was intentional in Super Metroid. And to be fair, Fusion and Dread are completely different types of games to Super Metroid. But they do it in a way that honours the past, if that makes sense, which is what I don't like about Breath of the Wild. It doesn't feel like the gameplay style is honouring anything. And yet you'll have some people like, oh, they don't need to honour the past. You know, focus on the future. Don't focus on the future, that's never a good idea. Like, not solely at least. I am a bit traditional when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm obviously playing Ocarina of Time on NSO with an N64 controller, which, as you can imagine, is rather interesting. Please tell me that it's... Yeah, it is catching my audio. I was gonna fucking freak out then. Like, not good. Not good. No good at all. But yeah, so... I do push against a lot of the modern conventions of video games. Like, I'm not really a modern person. I used to be, but I found myself getting a lot more fulfillment from only really playing games that are 20 years or older. Like, I have been playing a bit of Breath of the Wild, but most of my fun comes from learning to speedrun this game, which I can't actually speedrun it, but I am learning the tricks bit by bit. But like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like... I don't think that Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the sort of game that you really get a chance to break the game's intentions, as I don't think the game has many intentions. And it is something that worries me a bit. But on the topic of worries, this is about specifically the gameplay reveal itself and not the game. I hope they don't show as much. Because, frankly, I'm sick of spoiler-filled, like, presentations. Right. There's a couple of things for us to take care of while we're down here. I actually already have the Lens of Truth. We're going down to the bottom of the well for something else. Well, a couple of something else's. I actually have had the Lens of Truth since before I had a magic meter. We better also... I really should have popped into the Skulltula house before I did anything. I'm actually semi-tempted to do a randomizer run instead of a proper playthrough of Ocarina of Time, because I'm really running out of time to do stuff like that, and to be honest, I've got too many deadlines. We're almost in May and I still haven't uploaded the first fucking 2003 Celebration review. It's nearly written, but I'll continue development of that once my deadlines are out of the way. It's okay, we just won't have as many as I'd hoped. Which is fine, because, like, we don't really need to. It's just occurred to me that I've really fucked myself over by doing it like this. It's like he's got a banana. Like, a banana. I don't know why I said banana. Like I'm fucking Donkey Kong or some shit. Right. So, it's time for a little trick that is pretty well known. The infinite sword glitch. Okay. So. There we go. As we obviously haven't been an adult yet, so we can't. To be honest, I am semi-tempted to see if I can get away with taking a little visit to the future, but I don't think I can. Like, there's a couple of things that I want to try, but I don't think any of them are really going to work. Like, so yeah, what am I hoping to see in Tears of the Kingdom? Well, for starters, I'm hoping to see a significantly more in-depth story. I'm not interested in like minimal story. I'm interested in seeing how they are planning on expanding on the universe of Breath of the Wild, and ultimately, it does need to be plot heavy. I'm talking like proper cutscenes and shit, like more frequently. Like not to the point where it takes the piss. Okay. Everyone getting ready for their watch through of this. I decided it wasn't worth doing a stream, but some people are. You know what? It really isn't worth falling into the chasm. So yeah, I decided it wasn't worth a stream for what was going to be a 10-minute video. Like, but I wanted to get a little bit of this in as well. Mostly to make a point that I still have my Elgato, despite the fact that it hasn't been used in a video in fucking forever. Okay. But yeah, I haven't. Okay. Almost there. But yeah, so I can actually have pretty much all of Child Link's stuff. I've even gotten the soft soil patch from Death Mountain Crater, because I've learnt to make a flip. I'm so proud of myself for learning all these tricks that all these years I've wanted to pull off. Sod it, I'm going to 100% this dungeon. Despite the fact that I haven't even bothered to 100% Dongo's Cavern. Oh yeah, that is where I kind of dropped the slack a little bit, like, or whatever. Like, I haven't put as much effort into the Dongos because I'm just going to go back there as an adult and do it. Because there's too much stuff that, well, there's one particular Golden Skull Tula that I just can't be fucked. Like, to to go back for without going back for the rest of them. But I have learned to pretty much shatter that dungeon as well. It's all quite interesting, I think. Honestly, like, I haven't decided how my gameplay of Ocarina of Time will take form. Like I say, I wanna see things. I wanna see how things go before I commit to a format. Because while it's true that after this holiday, I'm not gonna have that many deadlines. You know, pretty much all of my core stuff finishes. I'm actually not entirely sure why they bother having a third term at uni, but like, you know, it'll be fine. I interrupted my watching of Wizards of Waverly Place to do this video. Like, I really wasn't planning on much at all, but you know, we can do the chess mini-game as well before turning adult. The one skip I haven't been able to learn for the life of me is the Door of Time skip. Like, it's one of the most difficult in the game. Okay. I've got all my keys and shit, so it's fine. I just wanted to get the Skulltulas. Yeah, all the Skulltulas I've done. But yeah, so it's quite funny actually, because I wanted to start a Master Quest stream series the other day, but I couldn't because of the fact that well, I could have initially, but like, it's a good thing I didn't. I wanted to watch stuff while I was playing, so I didn't in the end. But like, if I had, all that would have happened is we would have consistently crashed. There's a problem with Dodongo's Cavern on my ROM, so see what we can do. I actually vaguely remember having a problem like this before, and I don't remember how it was fixed, or if it was fixed, more to the point. Ugh, blimey. Yeah, I will probably demonstrate some of how I handled certain things soon. Like, I haven't decided how it'll all take form, but at some point I am going to, like, there will be Ocarina of Time content on the channel this year, and I haven't decided how I want that to look. I never do decide though, do I? I kind of just hold off and wait for as long as I can before deciding to do it. So the best form that this can take is we carry on until about 3 o'clock, and then we'll go and find out what's going on. Okay, so... Hey, this soldier is dead, I just want to die. Honestly, Peanut Butter Gamer ruined my ability to just listen to this. Oh. Am I really going to have to do it like this? Actually, can I? I'm gonna regret this, I know I am. There we go. I believe I handled Richard. But we'd better check. Actually, there'll be a need to play Sun Song again soon. Like, no, I didn't handle Richard. To be fair, I don't always take care of everything in. Okay, Bonju shop. Honestly, like, I have a route when I do randomizers, but I don't have as much structure to how I play. When I play base, because it's just, there's not as much need. There really isn't. So yeah, keep an eye out for anything from Nintendo on the notification front. 5 minutes. Thing is, I expect it to be set as a premiere or something. It doesn't seem to have been. I think they're just gonna, like, I think it's like I do for the Majora's Mask uploads and everything else at the minute. Which reminds me, this will be set as an upload either tonight being Tuesday or tomorrow being Wednesday. I haven't decided what day it'll actually be uploaded. Okay. Honestly, like, considering when I got it, it was completely non-functional really with my computer. My Elgato works really well on this computer, which I should hope so. I spent a lot of money on this computer, but I'm impressed. Also, like, I am still having occasional, like, connection issues with it. It'll just disconnect in the middle of filming or some shit. And that gets real annoying, real fast and all that. It's quite funny because I went on a Discord call last night. When I went on, my friend could only hear. Yeah, well, my friend could only hear like the sound of like water coming from Metroid Dread. Okay. You can actually hear like low murmurs in not Town, in Castle Town. See what you got for me. I want you. And then the other one's in Goron City. Oh god, I really didn't fancy angling this. I've always hated this minigame. It just rubs me the wrong way. Not because of the cuckoo abuse, I can always get on board with Cook first time. I'm always happy to have that. Right. 57. Always a nice thing to have. This will probably be where I leave the gameplay portion of this off, just to... It was never going to be as straightforward as the first one. These two cuckoos, they're a pain in the arse. But not as much as they usually are. I think there's a heart piece here too, which I want. I want a bit of that. Okay, for the time being, that's fine. So, this is where the fun begins. So, we get the joys and hilarity of, you know what, I'll use the YouTube app. Okay, so Nintendo, hire this man. Okay, yeah, so we just need to wait 15 seconds to curtain, I do believe. But yeah, so that was the joys that we've just been through. Okay, it's time. Refresh this a few times. It's definitely the right time. You know how frustrating it is that they didn't just do a fucking live stream? Check phone to make sure that notification hasn't come through to my actual phone. Okay, places are starting to ping. Okay. 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 Thank you to Prem for, as usual, saving my ass by posting it into... Right, so... Zelda time.
Hello everyone. I'm Eiji
I like the main
Aonuma,
theme.
producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news.
Whenever you open by saying that...
Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete.
Oh, it's gone gold.
Thank you very much for waiting.
Blimey.
Many of you are looking forward to this game,
Yeah, and
we've released a few trailers so far.
It's been 4 years since...
Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
Okay.
Okay? Let's begin. Here we are, in the land of Hyrule.
Okay, so he's got his zonal markings.
Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore.
He's
Of
writing a
course,
generic
it's not
course,
just the
but I
same
don't
world
think
as
it's
is.
Catherine.
It's changed in many ways. If we talk about
That's
all of the
how-
changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches.
Okay, the map is differently coloured based on this.
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky.
Good, because...
You'll notice some land masses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Okay, so Sky Islands. Wonderful.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up? If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it?
Yes, like
I wonder what that is.
in the first trailer.
Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is.
I'm very
Okay,
curious on
let's
what's on
use
the
one of
L
Link's
button.
new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell,
Okay.
look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
Wait, what?
Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky.
So it's
We're
not
a lot closer to the
specifically
Sky
fact
Islands.
that it's-
Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
Okay, so there's
There are
only
a few other
certain
Sky
amount
Islands
that
floating here too.
you can recall. But I'm guessing that can be upgraded to use on monsters like Stasis,
I made it.
which is good. I want more.
There are lots of
Hey,
ways to
Majora.
reach the Sky
I think
Islands,
that's
so we
Majora.
hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay.
Okay, there's a Sky
Now
Island
we're on a
covered in
slightly
storm.
bigger Sky Island.
That's interesting.
Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some
Okay, so I suppose the ultimate question is, what is this? Wait, that circular structure looks familiar.
trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though.
This is another world. That's
Let's walk
why.
around for a bit.
The barrier between the sky and the earth has been broken. This is something related to the goddesses, and I know it is.
There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's
Oh, dear
continue.
Lord. Oh, wait. Something I've noticed. Notice that C Up is now dedicated to, instead of rooms, it looks like it's a food menu. I'm guessing that's to stop you from spamming food mid-fight.
Oh, something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using...
You know what it reminds me of? Those zippity fuckers in Skyward Sword. And yeah, I did just call it a zippity fucker.
the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and...
Well, we're never getting rid of weapon degradation.
We defeated it.
As frustrating as it is,
Moving on.
we're never getting... Zonai charge, okay? You people can stop fucking saying it's not the Zonai now. Just saying.
We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us
That's a
very
temple
far.
of some sort.
Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together.
Okay,
We
so...
created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse.
Okay, I like
You can
that.
stick
actually.
objects to...
I like that, actually. I do. I think that's very Zelda. Like... I've always said that Breath of the Wild had the principles of what could be a good Zelda game. But... yeah.
together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another...
There's elemental uses for that, I know there is. There has to be. Chujella.
construct with this fused weapon. We're dealing with two of them at once.
Notice that you could also
Oh, we beat
attach
one.
it to your shield as well.
The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
Okay.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take
Okay, I like that. I
this
do.
long stick and fuse it with a
I
pitchfork,
do.
we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range. With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance.
How much can I take the piss with that?
You
How
can
much do we
also
reckon I
fuse
take?
arrows with materials in your inventory.
Like the key size, in order to home in, by any chance?
For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow.
This is going to be like...
Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies.
Okay, so instead of like elemental arrows, we're going to use chew jelly, like I
Very
thought.
useful. In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land.
So sniping is about to be a thing.
So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters.
Like I said,
fuse it to an arrow and... Look, it homed in on the target.
I'm wondering how far this reaches. For example, I expect, you know, I'm expecting something watery out of sapphire. I'm expecting the ores to, wait, no, icy out of sapphire, watery out of opal. It was electric. No, it wasn't. It was just defense with amber.
Let's try this
That's
on another
what I'm
bird.
expecting.
I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple.
Okay.
Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting.
Can we craft arrows? Because I think that should be a thing. Obviously.
I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use.
No.
Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom.
Oh.
Let's fight an enemy with this.
Wait a second. I'm half expecting.
I blocked with the shield. Okay,
Okay.
there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... Attack!
Okay, yeah, that is fucking
Even
cool.
if you
That
struggle
is
with
great.
combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game,
About halfway
fusing
through.
even the weakest weapon with something else could
Mallet in the morning.
turn it into a
God.
useful
I
weapon.
love this.
There are
I love
even more
this.
gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate.
You didn't get the cricket?
Some of the Sky Islands even have
Jiminy Cricket's
rivers.
sad now.
We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that
If only you had a boat. King of Red Lions.
resembles a boat around here. So,
But there are some very
we'll lift
conveniently
up this
placed
log
materials.
and attach it to a second log.
Use the
Let's
force,
do
Link.
one more. We'll
Oh,
bring this
God.
over here and
I'm so
attach a
embarrassing
third
at
log.
times.
It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if
Okay.
we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
But it'll have no
We've
direction.
made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to
Not
propel
without
it
tide,
forward.
at least.
There's something here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind.
But you've wasted the current of it.
Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it? We'll attach another one.
Yeah, I would, or else
This
it's
should
gonna
make
be
the boat well
completely-
balanced.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Okay, they're
cautiously
attached.
optimistic
All right, let's try moving the boat.
for this.
Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans.
Ultra Hand seems like a pretty cool ability.
Since we added 2 fans,
I'm hoping
we
there'll be
should
way
be able
more
to cross
abilities
the
than the
river in
shows
no
there.
time.
I want to know the
All
progression is
right,
back.
we reached the other side.
It's back to its standard.
In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine.
Oh my god, a hot air balloon.
Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game, and depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this.
Well, I'd hope there's several new abilities. I'd hope there's at least 15 of them. Really.
Look, I passed right through the ceiling.
That you get all throughout the game.
This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you.
Interesting.
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here, come on, keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right?
Thank you, peanut butter jam.
Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of
Funny,
fan.
that's basically how all of my battles go in Breath of the Wild.
Ah!
Not all of them.
I got
you know
pushed
what I mean.
off! Ah well, let's just return to the surface.
Skydiving.
You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land.
Okay, he's
You
nearly
can
done
also search for
explaining.
destinations
He
that
hasn't
pique your
shown us
interest.
everything.
Once
is
you've
good.
chosen your destination, you can speed things up.
I
Like
just
this.
need it all to not be available from the get-go.
Let's dive into this river. And we're back on the surface.
I was going to say, fucking
There are
hell,
still
it's
so many
raining
things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now. What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous
already.
game.
You still got to fulfill another minute.
I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Are you going to show the Switch? Okay, so there's still a minute. Yeah, it's the Switch. I thought I'd show this. I'm not going to be able to get this. Obviously I have a Switch, but I had wanted to get an OLED, but I literally have no money, so it's not going to happen. Okay, so they're also releasing a Pro controller based on Tears of the Kingdom and a carry case. I want to, but I'm not going to. Okay. So with that, we have covered everything for today, and I think that's the best place to leave it off. Thank you all, as always, for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon with the next Majora's Mask video first. But there'll be more Breath of the Wild, and even more beyond that to come. Thank you, and good night.